in the past, there have been disagreements with India and strains on our relationship. And I hope we are able to work through those, greater trust and communication for us to go ahead from now on. I also want to acknowledge the support that India has given to development of Maldives and for being there for us at times of crisis. And we do hope that this visit would go well. It signifies a big change in the relationship, and we request India to continue to give that support while respecting our independence and sovereignty.
Ma'am, thank you very much for speaking with ANI. I'll begin by asking you, how do you view the visit of the Prime Minister to Maldives at this time, and how would you describe the current relationship between India and Maldives?
Yes, as you know, we've had a great partnership and friendship over the years. In recent years, the relationship has been strained, and we know that President Mohammad Muiz ran on a platform of India out in 2023, and we had seen a lot of strain due to comments by government ministers of Maldives. So it's a kind of U-turn, and we are encouraged to see it. I think the continued strong relationship between our countries is important. Stability of Maldives is important, and both our countries wish to see peace in the Indian Ocean region. Saying that, I also want to acknowledge the support that India has given to development of Maldives and for being there for us at times of crisis. And we do hope that this visit would go well. It signifies a big change in the relationship, and we request India to continue to give that support while respecting our independence and sovereignty.
Right. Ma'am, what are your thoughts on India's efforts to build closer ties with its neighbors? And how do you see India's neighborhood first policy that prioritizes including development and cooperation with South Asian neighbors?
Yes, of course, Prime Minister Modi especially has been taking forward his India, the neighborhood first policy. And I think it's an important one to strengthen the relationships. But we have seen on and off that countries in this region have had also strained relationships with India. And I think with the changing geopolitics in the Indian Ocean region and the rising new powers as well, it's important for Maldives to make sure that we remain independent and not drawn into the bloc politics that we are seeing in the region. The progress of our people and country is very important to us. And in the past, there have been disagreements with India and strains on our relationship. And I hope we are able to work through those and have greater trust and communication for us to go ahead from now on.
How do you see India's development support and projects in the Maldives?
As I think I mentioned recently in another interview, we have key projects such as our public hospital, the Indira Gandhi Memorial Hospital. We have also cooperation in a range of issues, including defense cooperation and support by India to many fields in our country, education, health, and a number of development projects as well. At the same time, we also get the support from many other countries. So we have many friends, and I think this is important for India to realize that we will continue to strengthen those relationships, because I believe that it is important for Maldives as a small country to maintain a position where it's not too strongly allied with any particular country. Saying that, of course, India remains very special to us, and India's relationship to Maldives is a very different and complex one as compared to our relationship to
how important is regional support, especially in terms of crisis? We know that India is always the first responder in events of crisis, be it natural or economic. We have seen that in case of Sri Lanka, and India has also extended great support to Maldives, economic support to Maldives. How do you see this diplomatic commitment by India?
I think it's outstanding, and we really appreciate it. I was in government at the time of the water crisis, and India was one of the first countries to provide the assistance to us. And I think going back in history, in the 1988 coup attempt, India was also the country to come to our aid at a time of need. In the tsunami, obviously, as well, we had many countries that did support us. So within the region, I think Indian Ocean region, with India being the biggest country and the biggest player in this region, India has a responsibility for maintaining peace and security and ensuring at the same time that it respects and works with the other countries in a way that does not undermine those countries' viewpoints and their ways of moving forward on particular issues. So that's something I think that is very important to maintain, and I fully expect to India to respect Maldives in Maldives viewpoints and stands, though we are a small country.
Right, ma'am. Just last question. Indians play a crucial role in boosting Maldivian tourism. How do you think this visit will give further boost to tourism sector in Maldives?
We saw obviously in 2023 at the time when there were very strained relationships due to remarks made by Maldivian government senior level officials, particularly attacking Prime Minister Modi and India. And I was one who did speak out against such disrespect including in a particularly important relationship that Maldives has. Tourism, as you know, is Maldives' biggest industry and our main source of income. And this is something that we appreciate the support that India has given, and that we are now seeing increasing number of Indian tourists arriving, and also during the time of COVID, which I did not mention earlier, the fact that the vaccines were also made available to Maldives was a very significant thing for Maldivians, and the fact that Indian tourists were able to come during that time to Maldives at a time when we had to close the country down and tourism was really badly affected due to COVID. So I hope to see warmer relationship between the governments and also particularly people-to-people contact. Maldivians travel a lot to India, including particularly for medical reasons. So I think warm ties are very important for the peoples of both our countries, for trade, for travel, for exchange of cultural practices. I think I'd really like to see this relationship continuing on a strong footing.